Hello, everyone. Good Friday to you. Today, I wanted to talk about the FBI. So let's do this. So we have Dan Bongino, who went from Secret Service to podcaster, to FBI, back to podcaster. Let that sink in. Now, in my opinion, literally my opinion, he really is podcasting for the FBI. Damage control of the great job he did redacting literally everything in the Epstein files, down to Charlie Kirk's assassination. Let's not forget our FBI Director Kash Patel, the amazing Getting It Done Kash Patel. And by getting it done, I mean, in my opinion, he has achieved creating Patsies for the pipe bomber, for Charlie Kirk, Epstein. I remember growing up as a kid and growing up thinking the FBI are people that get it done. They find missing kids and catching the bad guys. My opinion has changed. I hope I never, ever am in a situation where I need the assistance of the FBI because, in my opinion, the only investigative skills among the two of these guys are how to create a patsy and lie about everything. Living in a country where we are supposed to be proud, free American citizens, United States of America, home of the free, home of the brave, proud to be an American. Honestly, we should not have to fear our government. They're supposed to protect us, not set us up. How many more people must die to protect our country's dirty secrets for the secrets of the elite? Or to go to prison as a patsy because they were handled by the very organization built to protect them. It's being done boldly, right in our face, with the expectation that we are too stupid or too trusting to question what we see with our own eyes. Watching Charlie Kirk die in such a horrific manner, so unsuspecting of the very people who he had around him regularly, this time was too bold, too loud, too many eyes and cameras on him for the world to see. Although I would rather have him alive and while trying to make America great again, his death has opened the eyes of so many, including me. This will not rest, and change will have to be made. I believe with all that I am. They intended it to look and appear he was shot in the chest. Nothing to see here. Move along. Tragedy. Let's give them medals. No way they predicted the outcome they got, and because of that damage control had to be done, how the hell do we explain this now? It was supposed to look like he took a shot to the chest by a 30-06. Now there's 2 wounds, neither from a gunshot or consistent with their plan. Like experts and good people retired from the military don't know what damage is done to the neck with that kind of a weapon. So, of course, within a day, people all over started to speak up, professionals that fought for this country saying, no way, not possible. I mean, the ridiculous lies like he had a neck of steel, ate salad, healthy. Which is why within 5 days, FBI armed at what was the crime scene, supervising it being destroyed. Now damage control is lying, making people think they are crazy, attacking people online, on all platforms, mind fucking people with manipulation. If you don't agree with this bullshit, you're hurting his family. Yeah, I bet the TPUSA family is in constant state of oh shit. And should be. They deserve it, in my opinion. Charlie, though, lost his life. He had God with him, knowing he was going to be the one true sacrifice for the world to open their eyes. He will always be loved and remembered. Sadly, not by the people that got rich off of his intelligence. People are greedy, and I never really knew just how greedy they can be until now. People had hope in Dan Bongino when he was quitting because he had hopefully a conscience. Wrong again. Epstein victims are just being re-victimized over and over. Charlie's mom and dad and sister lost a wonderful son and brother and get to relive his death over and over. Pipe bomber was not Brian Cole Jr., the young man with autism. He made the perfect patsy to cover up for the female CIA security that actually did it, in my opinion. Just look at the videos. Use common sense. The shoes the female walk, here's a big one. White? Hard to change that fact. Now sits Brian Cole, scared, lied to, and no end in sight. So at what cost? What cost? And I mean, I could go on and on with so much more other things, but you know, there's only so many hours in a day. But I would like to show you a few things that I put together here. So this is Brian Cole's mugshot. If you look, what's around his neck? That would be headphones. And what world do you live in where you know that you go get booked into the police department and they allow you to keep your headphones on? Never. I've never seen that happen. It doesn't happen. They let him keep them on because they knew he was autistic and it was a way to keep him calm. Sad, but true. And then we got, let's see, still image here. Clearly, I mean, in my opinion, it looks like a female walking. And they also look white with, white. Brian Cole's definitely not white. And then how about the Nike shoes? Brian Cole, yeah. He had to have them one in so many super expensive Nike shoes. Or does it seem like she would be sporting them Nike shoes? Because in my opinion, that's who it is. And here she is. Oops. In her little security or police uniform. And I do believe she does security for the CIA. Not confirmed, it's just what I've heard. And let's look at this. In my opinion, totally walks like a female. Get it again. That's a female. That is definitely a female. And they are yet covering it up again for, boom, her. She matters more. She matters more than him. That poor guy was interrogated lied to. I can't even imagine how he felt or what he went through. But, he confessed because it's not unrealistic to think that a terrified autistic man that you allowed to keep headphones on during his mugshot, dangerous, building pipe bombs, allowed to keep his headphones on. You couldn't intimidate him and make him believe that he needed to confess just so he could go home or whatever it is they lied to him about. And now there he sits, not knowing, can't get released on bond. And they do their big press conference with Pam and Cash. Very impressed on how, they caught yet another cold case from whatever ago. And at this point, I feel like they just search for the perfect person so they can wrap it up with a nice little bow. And I mean, I can't help but think again, at what cost? How many more people have to lose their life? How many more people have to go to jail? How many more families are out without their loved ones? I mean, this is the United States. Why is our country working against us? It makes no sense. And they fully expected us to just keep nodding because they said it. They figured it out. 33 hours, however long it takes, whatever. Don't question the narrative. Don't look. Don't know. Nope. We got our guy. It's all eyes. And then they will slam you and make you think you're crazy and create a whole nother big boom somewhere else to take the distraction off of Charlie Kirk in particular, because nobody's letting that go. I mean, I hope nobody lets it go for Brian Cole either. But Charlie Kirk in particular was a real eye-opener for me, and just how fucked up this government is. And just how greedy people are. I never imagined people could be just that greedy. It's amazing. It's hard to wrap your head around. But that's where we live and who we're around. I can't help but think, in my personal opinion, Erica Kirk, she has the most evil eyes I've ever seen. Nothing about her is normal. And I'm not one to say how to grieve. I mean, I can't tell anybody how to grieve. But you can definitely tell when it doesn't look natural. And it definitely does not look natural. Nothing that she's doing there at TPUSA would make Charlie happy. It's not nothing he would have ever wanted. And the ridiculous shit that they're saying and doing, and the attacks against Candace, and, Ben Shapiro can pay $1 million to get up on stage and say whatever he wants. I mean, this is absurd. It's ridiculous. She's evil. And so was the very people around him. And I think that's going to be all the ranting I do for today. Because God knows you can go on forever with the amount of bullshit that's going on here, Venezuela, Iran, anywhere. Pick a topic, any topic. I hope you guys have a good Friday night, and see you again hopefully tomorrow. Good night.